Well, 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 look at here. Look at what we got here. We got ourselves a brand new hero, which is really, really awesome. Welcome, everybody. My name is BearCozy. If you don't know me, if you're new here, I like to make not only entertaining, but also educational videos. I like to have a good time, and I like to make account progress videos because for me, the fun is in progression. And as you've just noticed, we got ourselves a brand new hero. We actually have a couple brand new heroes. And we also have, I don't know where to start. There's so much stuff. We also have a new event, which is really, really cool. So we're going to dive right into it. If you've missed Geironul's Fire Slam event, this is going to be the event to participate in. And this is going to be really, really cool. Now, for those that have missed Fire Slam, I did make lots of videos on Fire Slam. I believe I made 4 different videos on Fire Slam progression, what it was all about, the kind of things that we could do, and the things that we could purchase in the shop. And of course, most of us took advantage in Fire Slam farming the gear charms, lots and lots of gear charms, so we can level a lot of our gear. Now, I personally did not do as much as I should have, as much as I wanted to, but I did take advantage of it. I got a bunch of gear charms, just not as much as some other people that were running it constantly, nonstop, overnight. So this is going to be really, really cool. We got a few new heroes, one of them being right here, as you can see. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but what I want to do, we're going to take a stab at it, but what I want to do is I want to record this on camera. I want to run this Dawn is Coming event on camera, so if you happen to miss it or if you happen to join in late, because I know lots of people work lots of different hours and different shifts, and not everybody starts the day the event comes out. So I want to record it, so if you are going back in time, or if you're starting after this date and you missed the event for any reason, you can go back and watch all the events and see what they were all about. Now, right now, here's how this is set up. This is very, very similar to Geironul's Fire Slam, which is very, very cool. It ends right over there, and different stages unlock at different days. So as you can see, we have the first 2 stages, and then we have the book, and then the next one unlocks in 12 hours. For me, I am a little bit behind server reset because my reset resets at midnight. By the time I get around to waking up, doing what I got to do, making a video, it's a little bit later. So the first thing to notice is we can actually run these missions. We start with the story mode, go into the mission mode, and then the challenge mode, and all of which are fairly easy. So we can go ahead and do that together. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the story mode. If we back up a little bit, you could see that the challenge modes here, or all the different modes, I should say, give us flame badges. And the flame badges, of course, we can trade in the event shop. We can buy stuff with. And my eye right now is on this avatar. That's going to be really, really cool. We do have to clear stage 10 too. We'll see if we can get to that. I wasn't able to get that far in Fire Slam because I just started not too long ago. However, other than the avatar here, what I am looking at is the advanced summoning crystals, and then of course the summoning crystals down here. So without further delay, let's go ahead and jump into it, and we're going to see what it's all about. All right, storyline hero is the new girl. I don't know how to say her name. She has a very, very interesting name. She looks absolutely amazing. We're going to take a look at her in a little bit, but we're going to jump in with Brand, Nathalia, and Zatlux. That is my best crew. Opal is pretty good as well. Geironul is in here as well. We'll have to see what happens, what kind of enemies we face, and that will determine what team we take. However, this being the very first mission, it should be fairly easy. I am very confident we'll go right through this. The darkness is strong with this one. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's put it right on auto. Let's skip all this, put it right on auto. We should have no issues here. Wave 1 of 3. Of course, these are fairly easy. The first few stages are fairly easy, but it's always fun to do. Especially, I really enjoy the shop. Right, you can buy lots of goodies. You can buy extra shards as well, extra summoning shards. I made a video on how to get 100 summoning shards per month just by playing the game without spending any money. And of course, anytime we have one of these events, that is extra. So I am going to be getting myself some extra shards there. That's going to be cool. And then we'll go through and we'll see if we can get the avatar or if we can get anything else that is really, really good in there. All right, skipping through the dialogue there, let's go ahead on wave 3. And this is fairly easy. This is level 30. So if you're just starting out and your characters are not level 60, they don't need to be for the beginning. They will need to be for the later stages, but in the beginning, as you can see, the enemies are level 30 and they are fairly easy. All right, so there we go. That completes that. We get our first time reward. Let's see what those are. Let's see if those are flame diamonds or what they are. Let's take a quick look. Stage 2 is open. Of course, let's go ahead through this a little bit more. So we do get 5 flame badges every time, or the first time we complete this. And then on challenge mode, you can typically farm, do some farming. That does have auto, so we'll have to see what we can farm there. Let's go into the second one. This one, apparently, we're bringing Opal, so let's just go ahead and bring Opal. That was very interesting to see. I wonder if that was from the Fire Slime event. It ended up saving Opal, but that was an interesting swap there. I didn't even switch Opal. It just automatically gave me Opal, which was really cool. She's an awesome hero. She does some good damage. She has some joint attacks as well. And we're going to be plowing through the first wave. And then, of course, Opal's just going to finish everybody off. Wave 2 coming up. Wave 2 should be very easy as well. But as you can see, the enemies are already getting a little bit harder. They are level 50. The first round was level 30. These enemies are level 50. And it is starting to get a little bit more difficult, more challenging. So if you are just starting to play the game, you'll notice a very quick increase in difficulty, of course. But you should have no issues with it, even with a free-to-play team, right? You can get some really good heroes from the Covenant just by playing the game, and you should have no issues there. And of course, Zatlox being the primary in the Covenant, you can get him, you can build him, and even with no Ascensions, he's very, very good. And there we go. Wave 3 goes down. Opal joins in for the ally attack, but I don't think she needs it. Everybody goes down very, very easily. All right, here we go. We got another 5 flame badges there, and that's working out really, really well. And we got 50 flame crystals already, and we've only done 2 runs, which is very, very nice. Let's go ahead and go into the third run. Now, let's go into the challenge mode. Actually, the mission mode, you can do multis, and it looks like already, just on the mission mode, you can go ahead and farm flame crystals, which is really, really cool, right? And then, of course, you can use the flame crystals in the event shop on the bottom right-hand side. I know I clicked through it fairly quickly, but on the bottom right-hand side, there's an event shop. You can use the flame crystals there, and what you can get is you can get these advanced summoning crystals. There's 3 of them. They do cost a lot, so keep that in mind when you're going for them. However, they are farmable fairly easily because the enemies are very easy to do, and you can just do a few 10 multis. Just do a 10 multi battle, and you should get them. And that we're going to talk about in a little bit. Let's go ahead and do our challenge. Get the flame badges, get 5. It's kind of weird. We get 5, 5, and then we get 2, which is okay. But let's go ahead and do our flame challenge and see what we can do there. All right, starting out on auto. Now, this is stage 1/3, which is interesting, or chapter 1, stage 3, I guess. This is the very first mission. This is the challenge mode. Challenge mode should be very easy, and this has a very, very similar flow to Garel's Fire Event. And as I mentioned, if you missed Garel's Fire Event, feel free to check that out. I have that all in its own playlist, and I made a playthrough on that. And then you'll see at the end how I hit a wall, and it got the difficulty scales quite a bit. It starts out very, very easy for anyone to participate. Even if you've just started a game, you can still participate and do some farming. And then the difficulty scales a lot, so you will need a lot more stats. And I'm looking forward to seeing how my account has progressed since then, because I did work on some heroes and I did increase a bunch of their stats, especially on my damage dealers. Some of my damage dealers went up on their crit rate and their crit damage, I should say, quite a bit. They went from 200, 235 to about 280, which is awesome. So there we go. We get our victory on the challenge mode. Let's see what we get there. We only get 2 flame badges, which is not a lot, and then we get 1 advanced gear charm, which is a-okay. And I wonder if we can actually start farming them at this point. So here's something I noticed that's very, very interesting. So on mission mode, which is the center one, you can farm these flame crystals here, and you can just do multi-battles. The challenge missions are a little bit different. I believe in Garel's Fire Slam event, we could only farm the challenge missions. Don't quote me on that. Maybe it was the middle one. I don't remember. However, one thing I am noticing is this did go up in difficulty, which is very, very interesting. And it looks like we can continue clearing it. I don't know how far it goes, but let's go ahead and run difficulty 2 and see how that goes. Going into mission mode, difficulty 2, this should be a little bit more challenging. Of course, the enemies are still fairly low. They are level 42, but they do scale in the waves. And it seems like every time we clear the difficulty 1, difficulty 2, and I'm assuming there's a difficulty 3, it seems like every time we clear those, we do get first-time rewards. It's not a lot, but we do get first-time rewards. And we'll see what happens here. This is difficulty 2. I wonder how far this is going to go. but this is actually a little bit interesting. It's a slightly different feel. It's a little bit interesting to me, which is kind of nice. It's still very familiar, right? Very similar to what we're used to, but the feel of the run is a little bit different. And then, of course, I have a few new heroes that I've been using since the Fire Slam event, which actually was quite a while ago. I don't remember if that was 2 months ago or 3 months ago, but it feels like it has been a very long time, and this is actually a very nice, refreshing change of pace. I like that it's not very difficult, at least just yet, but it does give us something new to do other than just grinding dungeons all day. And as you can see, we get first-time rewards as well. We get some more flame badges, and hopefully we can buy some good stuff with the flame badges later on. Here we are on 1-3, difficulty 5. And we are continuing plowing through. Let's go ahead and take Opal out. Let's go ahead and put Geironul in. I'm not sure who else I have that is actually geared. I don't have very many heroes that are actually geared, but we're going to switch out Antonua, and I am going to keep Brandon for Nathalia's buffs. We're going to put Geironul in, and we're going to run a few more stages. All right, so this is difficulty 5. One of my friends said it goes up to difficulty 10, and we are going to find that out very, very shortly. I'm going to run Antonua. I'm going to run Nathalia. I really enjoy Antonua. It's amazing. She is in a curse set, and she just takes everybody out by herself, and that is why I really like her. She does need a lot more crit damage. However, she's still a lot of fun to use, especially in Endless Trial. And speaking of Endless Trial, I am making a series of videos, actually 3 videos. I am making level 70 Endless Trial tutorial videos, step by step, talking about the heroes, what I use, why I use them, all their stats, and what artifacts synergize well together. So if you haven't got a chance to see that, check that out. If you're struggling in level 70 Endless Trial or below, check that out. Hopefully that'll help you. I go over everything that works really well for me. And as you can see, we cleared this no problem. We're going to be moving into difficulty 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. All right, here we go. Difficulty level 10. That is where we are, and I believe this should be the last one. And of course, every time we clear a difficulty, we get first-time rewards. And they are starting to come in fairly quickly, which is very, very nice. It's still low because we just started, but let's go ahead on difficulty 10, see if we can clear that, which should be no problem. And then we're going to move on to stage 2. All right, here we go. 1-3, difficulty 10. I never know if these are chapters or stages or missions, whatever they're called, but I guess we're going to be moving on to mission 2, stage 1, and then we'll go through some of the difficulties there. And this is 10, so I believe this should be the last one. We're going to confirm that in about a minute, and then we're going to move on. And of course, as you can see, even on the first chapter here, on stage 10, difficulty 10, the enemies are already level 60, so if you are just starting out, these probably will be a little bit of a challenge. However, if you've been playing for a few months, 2 months or more, I would imagine that you would have no issues because my heroes have no problems plowing through, and it feels very, very easy, which is very, very nice. Nathalia's going to do her thing. She's going to blow everybody up, and then we're going to move forward. And there we go. We got our victory screen and the first-time rewards, which is very cool. It's slow and steady. The rewards are a little bit low in my opinion. We probably should have gotten a few more. So the very first chapter, I guess, chapter 1, this is a new dark power. It's all been cleared. The highest difficulty completed was 10. That is the highest difficulty. But we got all 3 diamonds in the first chapter. Moving on to the challenges down on the bottom and the quests. 3-star challenge, 10 out of 10. Let's go ahead and claim that, which is cool. We get some jelly. We get some pumpkins, which is very, very good. The next one we need is 10 out of 20. So it looks like this is a very linear progression, right? Just 3-star every single stage, every single chapter. And then the challenges are just unlock every time you 3-star all of them, which means you have to hit a level 10 difficulty all the way on the last challenge. So on 1-3, on each chapter, I guess I'm going to call these chapters on each chapter 1, 2, 3, and so on. You have to complete the mission modes, story, mission, and challenge. And then you have to complete the highest difficulty to claim all of your challenges. As far as quests go, let's take a look at the quests. Clear Dawn 1-1, we got that. Clear Dawn is coming, stage 1-2 in 3 turns. And apparently we got that. So that is fairly quickly, fairly easy. And we got some new flame badges. That's very cool. I got 80 diamonds out of that. Obtain 100 flame crystals. I'm about to do that. Going into chapter 2, same thing. We are starting to acquire some more of these flame badges and a little bit of these flame crystals. And then, of course, we can farm some more crystals in the mission modes. So first thing we're going to do is let's go through the story mode, see what's different here. We get our storyline hero again. Man, she looks awesome. I got to tell you guys, they did an awesome job. We'll go through her and a couple of the new heroes in the next video. But for this video, I wanted to show off what this was all about in case you missed the event or in case you're just hanging out on the weekend, relaxing, and you like to watch play-along videos. That's exactly what I'm making. I'm making a play-along video, so if you want to hang out or if you want to follow along, or if you missed this for any reason, if you started late, you can go ahead and watch this and you can see what this was all about. And this is very, very similar to Geironul's Fire Slam event. As far as heroes go, my hero seems to be working out. This seems to be fairly easy. The trick here is to just bring somebody that buffs like Connor, and then just bring 1 or 2 damage dealers, and you should have no issues. And then, of course, if you are using a free-to-play team, make sure Connor is going first to give everybody buffs. And you want to give him as much speed as you can, and probably speed boots. Give him a little bit of speed. Make sure he goes before the rest of your team so he can buff. And I actually did that with Brand. Brand goes first, or I believe he should be going first. Brand goes first. There he goes. He buffs everybody. Then Antonua, then Nathalia, and then the storyline hero. So Brand actually took place of Connor. I no longer use Connor, but I did use him for the first few months when I started. And then when I got Brand from the Magic Pass, I started using Brand. Okay, so the second chapter is very, very similar. We get first-time rewards. However, we do get a little bit more, I believe, or it might be the same as the last one. I believe the story mode gave us 5, and then the next ones gave us 2. Let's see if the next one gives us 2. We also have the book unlocked, which is the story, right? If you like lore, if you like the story, you can go through the book. You can go ahead and watch the animations. You can read through all of this yourself. If you feel like pausing this, if you didn't get a chance to play, pause it. Read it for yourself. I typically don't care to read. I don't really like the lore aspect. It's not that I dislike it, it's that I just don't enjoy reading. So I typically don't read. And sometimes that backfires because I get stuck, right? We do get the spirit. I wonder if that's where she gets her weapon. Her name is Geironul. I'm going to try to pronounce that, but I'm probably butchering it because that is a very, very, very difficult name to pronounce, at least for me. And now that she's gotten her weapon after beating the first 2 chapters, she can continue. We get a little bit of gold. We do have mission mode, and it does look like for story mode and mission mode, we get 5 flame badges for the first unlock. Let's go ahead and run the mission mode. Then we're going to run the challenge mode at the end there. And I'm not going to take you all the way to 10, but I am going to do it off camera, claim the challenge rewards, and we're going to continue through that. So there goes Brand with the buffs. We're going to do Antonua. Antonua's going to go. I felt bad for Zatlux. Zatlux is pretty slow, so he never got a chance to go. But Antonua is a lot faster than him, and she's actually taking some nice turns. So at least she's got a chance to do some damage. You get to see her in action, and it makes it fun to watch because she does take a bunch of turns, and I really enjoy using her. And Gorilla's here for good measure, just because he's a beast. I really enjoy using Geironul, and it's something different. So we've used Opal, we've used Geironul. Nathalia is my main damage dealer, so I use her almost everywhere, primarily because I don't have enough gear to gear all of my heroes, but I am working towards it. So there we go. We got our first time clear on the mission mode, which is very, very cool. Now what we can go back and do is we can actually clear the challenge mode all the way at the end, wherever that is. Let's go ahead and click on that. Now we can clear the challenge mode, and we can also do multi-battles, and we can start farming these flame crystals. Now, speaking of flame crystals, before you start farming too much, keep an eye on this event down here. There's a countdown right here. This bonus countdown right here. Stages will drop extra loot 7 days into the event. So on the 7th day, the stages will drop extra loot, and it's typically double loot. That is exactly what happened on Geironul's Fire Slam. And not only that, but the loot actually rotated between gear charms and skill charms. And I think it rotated between experience, gold, and the skill crystals were really, really good. Those are the ones that are used to skill up your heroes. And different stages had different colored crystals. So if you needed water crystals or if you needed fire crystals, you could farm them there. And then, of course, the one that everybody took advantage of was the gear charms. Some people farmed hundreds and hundreds of gear charms, and that is going to be coming up on the 7th day during this event. So keep that in mind. The bonus will be double rewards, and that is exactly what I'm hoping to farm. And then, of course, after that, we're going to complete our quest, obtain 100 flame crystals. We're going to grab this. And, of course, after that, when we get the next unlock, we're going to start looking in the event shop, start collecting our points. And I can already see I can start buying advanced summoning crystals here. And right now, I don't have enough flame crystals to buy these down here, but I do have enough flame badges to buy 5 advanced summoning crystals. So that's going to be awesome. We're going to do that towards the end together, and then we're going to see what else we can get. Maybe we can get the avatar. Maybe we can get the ancient summoning crystal. That's going to be awesome. I feel like that might be a really good thing to get. So we're going to grab that together later, and then we're most likely going to start opening these together because I'm already up to 5. Maybe I can get to 6, and then we can have a nice shard pull video. So that's going to do it for me. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this play alone. Do me a huge favor, hit the like and the subscribe button down below. These videos do take a lot of time to not only make and edit, and I really enjoy making them, and I hope you enjoy watching them. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next video.